Good Remembrance Day to you, folks. Well, this is Remembrance Day, and it's an awesome thing to remember. But before we get into that, I just want to say one thing. When I share these videos with you, I'm not there to condemn anybody. I'm there to help. Now, a friend of mine used to say, nobody knows your own body better than you. And so I just want to share things that I find that help me. And I didn't mean to offend anybody yesterday when I said about walking helps depression. Helps. It doesn't cure it, but all these things put together help us. You know, those are endorphins that make you happy. Laughing helps make you happy. Oh, so I'm going to share, they said chocolate too, but chocolate, real chocolate, not all the sugar and fat that's added in there. For instance, well, you look it up. Find out what makes things help make you happy. But I want to talk about this grass, you see, and my hat. You see, I thought I should wear my sou'wester, but a lot of people recognize me by my sou'wester. They don't recognize me when I don't have it. But I like this hat. It's warm. You know what? I find most people get colds in the spring and in the fall. Where's that? Well, here's my reasoning. They think they don't dress. They're not covered. I know what happens to me after hundreds of colds. I think I had nearly every strain of cold there is. I'd run out without proper dressing, keeping warm, guaranteed cold. Now I learned to take care of myself. And my kids, they didn't want me walking around where they were going to be hanging out with their kids, me walking in the winter with my hat. Didn't want people to see me. But back to the grass anyway. So I wear my hat to stay warm and I get less colds than I ever had. Maybe I worn out all the strains, whatever. But that's what helps me. Now this grass. Of course, every time I see a piece of grass in my mouth, I think of Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn. But these pieces of grass are amazing. You ever get stuff in your teeth and you can't get it out? And no dental floss. Boy, you just take a piece of, now this is, gotta stop here. Oh, gotta turn around and let you see the cove here. Isn't that gorgeous? This grass, no, there. Boy, that goes right in between your teeth, cleans out all that stuff. When you don't have dental floss, that's the rig. Guaranteed, nature's dental floss, biodegradable, you can chuck it away. But there's something about chewing on a piece of grass. Anyway, that works for me. So there's a little tip if you don't have dental floss. You just go over, here's some here, look at this. There's a gull, look at it, I get gulls taken off. I got to tell you this. Remember yesterday when I went walking, I met one of my neighbors and she walks all the time. Oh, she said, feels so good. I said, yes. And she said, I said, why don't you get that husband of yours out walking with you? Oh, she said, he has other things to do. Well, anyway, this morning when I'm walking on the road, they pass me. They pull into the mailbox. He pulls in, so she has to get out and get the mail. And I walked up to her. She closed the car door. Said, "You got to get your husband, park on, go past the turn off, turn around, come back." So he has to get out and get the mail. Imagine you. See, you get in this rut. You can't seem to get out and get exercise. He could have got out and got the mail for her, but no, he didn't. I don't know what she thought, but I think she got the message. Anyway, let's talk about Remembrance Day. How could we forget? Oh my. You would think we would learn though, eh? After the Second World War, they had the United Nations. This was going to a war that end all wars. Well, what happened? It wasn't very long after that. We had the Korean War and then Vietnam. And it just never stops. There's a very simple solution, you know. There's 10 rules. If we followed those 10 rules, there would be no wars. There wouldn't even be a need for police or lawyers. Oh, what are you talking about, you might say. Oh, you're nuts. No. Think about it. If I loved my neighbor like I love myself, I wouldn't do anything to harm them. I wouldn't cheat them. Oh, that reminds me. You know, in my picture framing business, our policy is everybody leaves happy. Well, we try to make that happen. But not always. We've made a few boo-boos. And I'm trying to fix it. Okay, sorry, here's the problem. How can we fix it? What can we do to make you happy? I remember once, I don't know what happened, we lost something or damaged something. And I said, oh, you take care of that. You're so good at it. So I called her and told her, sorry, I don't know what went wrong. I don't even remember what happened. I said, it's done. Now all we need to do is concentrate on how we're going to fix it. I said, how would you like to have a piece of my piece of my work? A watercolor. Oh, yes, she said. Would I ever? So that was it. She went home happy. We solved the problem. So, those 10 rules. Yeah. We helped one another. We wouldn't need those, like I say, lawyers, police officers. We would need them because we wouldn't cheat, we wouldn't steal, we wouldn't try to rip somebody off. Oh, that was it. Try and rip somebody off. Now, I forget what I'm originally going to say. Yes, you know, one day a sales rep come in from one of the molding companies we deal with. Oh, Ivan, he said, of course he saw some competition moldings there that he didn't think we should have on the wall. I said, well, you get such a good price on them. Yeah, but the more higher price you sell, the more you make. You know, you should be making more money. You're giving the stuff away. I don't think that way. My theory is I try to find the nicest thing for the least amount of money. No, he said, Ivan, you start at the top. You give them the top. Everything's high end. And if they say no, then you work down. It's not my nature. I can't do that. Start at the bottom and you give the nicest things we can give for the least amount of money. And if they say, no, I want nicer, well then okay. Or no, there's no limit. I want the super duper best you have. Well then that's okay. So, you know, I shake my head sometimes when I see the exuberant prices that are charged for services. I said to a few people, how do you sleep at night? I couldn't do that. And yeah, okay, Mars. You know, oh, gotta change arms here. My hands get tired holding this thing at the same time. I don't know which view to show you. This one or this one? Anyway, I'm gonna change directions. I'm gonna walk back out on the island again. Can you imagine people hear me walking along here talking to myself? They'll really think, you know, you got some problems, this guy. Anyway, back to Mars. What do you think they're going to do when they get there? They're not going to have any government. They're not going to have any money. It'll be, we help one another or die. Why can't we do the same here? Why do we have to have, why do we have to charge big bucks? Oh, I'll never forget one day I went to give a talk to an elementary school about Peggy, and I took some things along, and I have what I call the 4 really questions. I took this photograph that started me doing the whole Peggy project. And they said, did you really take that picture? I said, yes. Oh, did you really paint that painting, the rescue of Peggy? Yes. Did you really write that song? Yes. Did you really write the books? Yes. Oh, they're looking at me like I'm a genius. I think, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I didn't do well in school. I failed grade 4, I failed grade 9, I was failing grade 10. I quit school, I was left-handed, a bit dyslexic, born January the 13th, and my father said I was a fly brain because I never stuck to anything. Whew. But I said I was good at a few things. I learned I could paint a little, I was good with my hands. I was a commercial printer. I was good at running presses. I used to like to run those things as fast as they go, and the nicest work we could get out. So those things I was good at. So I said, everybody's good at something. What do you like to do? And then they told me, of course, you had 200 or 300 kids putting up their hands, wanting to tell you what they like to do. I said, that's what you do. That's what you work at. But you do the very best, and you'll never be out of a job. Well, some of the teachers and some of the parents later thanked me because I said their kids, that's what they needed. And that gave me joy. You know, when you get joy, you get those endorphins. Gives you good chemicals in the brain. So I like to do things to make people happy. I remember in a snowstorm once in a city, it was snowing bad and buses weren't running. I don't know how many people I drove home. I picked them up at the bus stop. Now this was back in the 60s, so you know it was a little safer then. And I take them home, and then I see somebody else, and I take them home. I had a blast, you know, helping people. It does stuff for you. And so I have had people say, they come to the frame shop, half of it's the entertainment, because we like to tease people and have fun and carry on with them. And of course we like to make them happy with their framing job. So if everything we did in life was to help others, to make them happy, we get this endorphin flow, I guess that would be the word. So I just want to share those things with you. I could go on and on, I could rattle on and on for quite a while, and as you can see, and my wife thinks that I was never shy. I used to be so shy. If somebody walked on one side of the street, well, we live out in the country, right? I'd walk over on the other side so I wouldn't have to speak to them. And but I learned, you know, people, they like to be helped. They like to be, if you can help somebody, you help yourself. Oh, did we get back to Remembrance Day? I don't even remember where we left off. Oh, yes. Remember I said, if we follow those 10 rules, no wars, no fighting, helping one another. What a loving world it would be. And I got to talk sometime about dying. What a terrible, terrible thing. Death. But there's hope, and I got to share that with you. And never ceases to amaze me. Some people want to have nothing to do with God. They don't want to believe in God. They don't want to, you know, nothing. But I haven't been to a funeral in the last 25 years, I think, where when the person dies, they went right to heaven. If they don't want to have anything to do with God here, why would they want to be in heaven? If I made you, if you were a non-believer, and I came up to you and said, with a gun, said, you're coming to church with me or I'll shoot you. Well, I'm sure you'd take the opportunity to go to church. Do you think you'd be happy? Don't think so. so if a person here on earth now doesn't like the things, doesn't like those 10 rules, it would make them think that they'd be happy in heaven. That's what it's going to be. And those 10 rules are broken down into 2. Love to God, love to your neighbor. Okay, let's get back to Remembrance Day. We will not forget. We will never forget. Not those images, the sorrow, the loss of life. We will remember. Now, there's a solution if they don't want to follow the 10 rules. Put those leaders out there in the middle of the desert with their weapons. long as it's not mass destruction, and let them go to it, just like David and Goliath. Goliath says, let's not kill one another and have mass murder and killing. Send out your best man, fight me. And if you win, we will serve you. If you lose, you serve us. Well, he was confident he was going to win, but he didn't. And they fled. And it was a victorious win. Oh, we don't forget that either. There's a lot of things we're told to remember. Oh, that's a big one coming up. But that's a subject for another day. A special remember. Not just Remembrance Day, a biggie. So anyway, not that the Remembrance Day isn't. I hope this is a little help. Remember, I'm just trying to help you understand a little like I do. Whether that's right or wrong or whatever. It's just my opinion. And I want to share what gives me confidence, faith, hope, and love. I want to share that with you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And never forget.